Hello everyone and hello travelers. So this is Aiza from Travel With Me Aiza, and today we will be trying out this restaurant called Gallery by Chele, which was recently awarded with the 1-star Michelin award. It has always been a dream of mine to eat at the Michelin-starred restaurant, so I became very ecstatic to learn that Michelin finally came to the Philippines to give Filipino cuisine its proper honor. Now for you to dine here, you have to reserve a seat through their website gallerybychele.com/reservations. You can either choose from their set meal or out of their 6 or 10 course tasting menu, which I would highly recommend. Now it is best to reserve at least 1 to 2 months in advance since reservation has been piling up ever since they won the Michelin award. Now, Gallery by Chele is not that strict when it comes to their dress code, but of course, it is recommended that you wear appropriate clothing since this is still a fine dining restaurant. Sando, slippers, and clogs are not allowed. Now, for today's lunch, my sisters and I chose the 10-course tasting menu. They started off by giving us a printed menu with the theme ingredient as its design. This year's theme is coconut, so expect different parts of the coconut tree to be incorporated in the menu items you're about to eat. Now, the first 3 bites are very interactive. You will be asked to stand up from your table and roam around the whole restaurant floor to savor the first 3 bites. We started off with a cocktail called Pet Nat, or also called as Petal Natural, which is a staple drink in France. There, they used the local sampaguita flower, and it was very sweet with a little bit of acidity. It was really very good. The drink was paired off with local grapes that came from La Union, which was pressed and marinated in lambanog.
So we're now heading to our urban garden for your second time.
For the second bite, we were led to their outdoor garden to see their many selection of herbs and flowers. It was great to also know that they use homegrown herbs and vegetables to ensure freshness of their dishes. We were also led to Chef Bianca, who was waiting for us with our garden bites, which was the scallop tartlet in lumpia wrapper with moringa powder.
And here's Chef Bianca to explain your garden.
Hi, Chef.
So, good afternoon. Welcome to our urban garden. So, for your garden bites, we'll be having a scallop tartlet. So, this dish consists of local placed ingredients. So, this wrapper is made from lumpia wrapper or spring roll wrapper. And inside of it, it has a pumpkin puree and a mix of scallop and our local garnished with moringa powder and pancit. So, please take one. And I suggest this to take using one spoon. So the mustache fruit has a similar taste to
For the third bite, we were led to their studio lab, which they say was also their test kitchen or also their R&D kitchen. We were greeted by another chef who gave us a sample of their coconut-flavored ice cream with nata de coco.
Hi, so good afternoon. So welcome to our studio lab. So this is essentially kind of like the birthplace of the different menu items you'll be experiencing for this afternoon. So I'm here to showcase our latest development item, which is our 2 ways of presenting fermented coconut. So first up, which I'm putting right now, is our fermented coconut ice cream. So this is made using coconut cream and yeast until it develops a nice kind of malty and beer-like flavor. And then I'll be finishing it off on the side with some of our homemade nata de coco. So as I'm sure you're quite familiar with nata de coco, it's one of our delicacies here in the Philippines. So compared to most store-bought nata, so this bacteria is actually native here in the Philippines. It was discovered in the 60s, I believe, by a Filipina scientist, and she discovered you could make nata de coco with it. So we make this by using buko juice and then fermenting it in this in room temperature until it develops a kind of nice and cellulose or jelly-like layer.
Next is we headed back to our table to have the rest of the courses. The next set of appetizers, called the Zero Waste, was composed of shrimp ice cream, cherry tomato infused with sinigang, and a crunchy appetizer with chorizo inside. This was really very good, especially the ice cream. It was kind of weird tasting shrimp in an ice cream, but it was really very refreshing. The last and final set of appetizers was called the Coconut Trio. It was composed of this crunchy and transparent wrapper topped with ikura and coconut cream. Next was the corn tamale, and lastly was this kare-kare bonbon, which was actually one of my favorites for that lunch. I initially thought that brown paste was the peanut butter, but apparently it was the bagoong. It was so good. For our soup, this is what they call the lutong bahay, which was a broth of chicken binakol with toasted coconut chips and malunggay sa bayon. Now, after trying all the small bites, the next step will be what they call the journey. The first meal from the journey is this tuna kinilaw with coconut cream and dayap and habanero. The good thing about this is that instead of using other citrus, they actually used local bananas. To give it a more robust and fresh flavor, they added shaved ice on top. Now, to be honest, this dish was very good, but it was just a little bit salty for me. So maybe a little bit more ice would have been fine. But the tuna was really very fresh, and it was really very sweet, and it was juicy. The next course was the coco crab. This was crab meat with a mousseline of alige topped with ikura and jelly aspic. This crab dish was my second most favorite dish for the lunch. I would have loved to have a bigger portion of it. I liked it so much that I felt as if I could have eaten like 8 to 10 plates of this. The next course was the Palawan lobster. This had uni, potato, and sprinkled with calamansi. Now, the sauce that they sprinkled around the lobster was a mixture of coconut cream and XO sauce, which is a sauce that is famous in Southeast Asia, particularly in Hong Kong and in China. Now, the next dish was still a seafood dish. This is what they called the fired pulpo, or the grilled octopus tentacles. It was grilled to perfection. It was very impressive because it was very tender, and it was served with chicken jus and crispy chicken skin with vinegar on the side. Dalawa muna. Now the next course again is still a seafood course. This is what they call the grouper pilpil. So particularly this was the only dish that I did not like from the 10-course meal because I did not like the texture of the grouper because it was sous vide. So I felt as if it was undercooked and still rubbery. So after the 4 seafood dishes, we were then served with duck breast, roasted duck breast with amino sauce and mole. Now, for somebody who doesn't really like duck, this was my favorite dish among the 10 courses. I would have loved another slice.
This card was hand-drawn by our head chef, Chele. So it shows you the process of how hospitality. And at the back, you'll see all the history of how it was designed.
Now for our palate cleanser, they gave us this small buko salad. This was just a 1-biter buko salad, and this was the best buko salad I've had in my life. For the piece de resistance, which is the last savory meal of the day, this was the A5 Wagyu steak with the bistec Tagalog sauce. Now, of course, the piece de resistance meal would not be a complete Filipino meal without this, the steak fried rice. Now, aside from the rice, they also serve this with beef tartare, which they recommended you eat first before eating the A5 Wagyu.
To maximize the use of the Wagyu, it is also featured in our Wagyu fried rice. We're going to start first with our tartare, Wagyu tartare, topped with calamansi creme for each and then chimichurri, and enjoy the dish.
So decided this morning like our current menu, which is revolving around the coconut. So these are coconut peaches. So yeah, and some more rock.
Now for our first dessert, we were given a chocolate meringue with the coconut ice cream inside. It was supposed to be eaten as if it was an ice cream sandwich. It was also served with a kombucha made of cocoa nibs. The kombucha has a very strong chocolatey flavor with a little nuttiness and sweetness to it. Now for our next dessert, we were given the coconut trio. The trio was composed of this coconut souffle with dulce de leche, and then this is the coconut cream with sago, and then we were also given the wafer with chocolate, and it was also paired with lambanog. Now, as our last ender and our third dessert, this was the bibingka chocolate cheesecake. Now, after that dessert, they gave us another set of souvenir cards, postcards, which had a drawing of all the coconut ingredients they used for the 10-course meal, and also gave us seedlings of dayap. Now, at the back of the postcard, there's a lyrics of the coconut nut and also a QR code from Spotify for you to listen to that song. All in all, I enjoyed the meal at Gallery by Chele. The service was impeccable. The food was very good. The bill was 26,000 for all four of us. The meal cost 6,500 pesos per person, but we added a little extra because we ordered a few cocktails. All in all, I would definitely recommend Gallery by Chele, and I hope that in the future they'd also get awarded with another Michelin star so that they'll be a 2-star restaurant. I'd like to commend all the chefs and all the servers for the impeccable service, the great food, and the good ambiance. Again, thank you everyone for watching this video. I hope nagutom ko kayo, and I hope one of these days you'll be able to try and eat here in Gallery by Chele. Thank you guys. I hope you like, share, and subscribe to my channel, Travel with me Isa, for more food and travel content. Bye guys, and safe travels!